order to make these classes as freely accessible as possible to our participants, we will be using a verbal warning and assumption of risk at the beginning of class. Participation in this online class is voluntary. Physical activity programs may result in injury, and by participating, you assume the risk of injury that may result from your participation. We strongly recommend that you participate from a space that is suitable for this activity. For example, make sure that you moved nearby furniture and other potential hazards. If you are participating in yoga class or class that involves lying on the ground, we recommend using a mat, or if you don't have one, a carpeted area. Participants are encouraged to stop if they experience pain or injury and should seek appropriate medical advice or care as needed. William Murray Health and Wellness strongly recommends that each participant have an annual physical examination and follow the healthcare advice of your provider before participating. Okay. And as always, just really listen to your own body. Even if you stay in child's pose the entire time, it's still good that you showed up and listened to your body and listened to your breath. So we're going to go ahead and get started in child's pose. I'm going to move my computer so you can see my mat. And I have the chat open, so if you can't hear me or anything, just type it in the chat. I'll be looking at that throughout class. We're just going to bring our toes together, knees wide, melting our chest down towards our mat, really relaxing your forehead into the mat, spreading your fingertips wide, pressing especially into your pointer finger and your thumb. Just starting to let your day go here. Feeling the connection of your forehead into the mat. Feeling that breath in your lower belly here. We're going to take one more deep inhale here. Exhale it all out. Walking both hands over towards the right, pressing your left hand on top of your right hand. Gentle stretch for the muscles in between your ribs. Then coming back to center, walking over towards the left, pressing your right hand on top of your left hand. Nice, and then coming back to center. On your next inhale, coming up to tabletop with your knees right underneath your hips and your wrists right underneath your shoulders. When you look through your thighs, you shouldn't be able to see your feet, so they're right behind you. Keep spreading those fingertips wide, and then we're just going to do a little core engagement activity. So you're just going to arch your back a little bit, letting your belly go towards the ground, and then you're going to use those core muscles to pull yourself back up to that neutral spine, so your back is completely flat. And then you're going to slowly release down into that cow pose kind of, and then come back into that neutral spine, really using that lower core to pull your abs up and in. Just keep doing this at your own pace. It's really important to have your core engaged throughout class. So just practicing that engagement here. Let's do two more. The last one. Good, and then moving into those normal cat-cows, coming into cow, looking up towards the sky and rolling your shoulders back. Then into cat, arching your back and looking towards your thighs. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Two more, inhale. And exhale. Good, coming back to that neutral spine like we were just doing, pulling your core up and in. And extend your right arm and your left leg. And then exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, extend. Exhale, squeeze. Good, two more, inhale. And exhale. Last time, inhale, extend everything. Exhale, squeeze, holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Releasing that hand and knee down. Going straight into the other side. Left arm, right leg, pulling that core in. Exhale, knee to elbow. Good, inhale, extend. Exhale, squeeze. Two more, inhale. And exhale. Last one, inhale, extend. Exhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Releasing that hand and knee down. And then we're going to flip our right hand over. So your fingertips are facing your left hand and your palm is facing the sky. I'll face this way so you guys can see better. And then you're going to go over towards the left with your body, stretching out that wrist. Good. And then coming back up to center, touch every fingertip to your thumb. And then go back the other way, strengthening your wrist here. And shake out your hand. Take some wrist circles. Switch directions. And release that hand back down. We're going to the other side. So flip your hand over, palm facing the sky, fingertips facing your right hand, and then lean over towards the right. Coming back up to center, touch every fingertip to your thumb. Then go back the other way. Shaking out your hand. Taking some wrist circles. Then go back the other way. And place that hand down. Good, now flip your hands around so your fingertips face your body. And then you can just kind of rock back and forth, stretching out the front of your forearms here, which also contribute to wrist injuries. So they're super important to stretch out before we start getting into our practice. Making sure your palms are down. And then bringing your hands back to center. You can give them one last shake out. And then cross your ankles, coming back to a seat so we can stretch out our neck here. Sitting up nice and tall, rolling those shoulders back, and then bringing your right ear to your right shoulder. Coming back up to center, and then bring your left ear to your left shoulder. Good, inhale up, exhale to the right. Inhale center, exhale left. Good, inhale center and exhale down, looking towards your lap. Inhale, looking up towards the ceiling. One more time of that. Exhale, looking down. Inhale, looking up. Coming back to that neutral spine. Inhale your arms out and up. Exhale through heart center and down. 2 more times. Inhale and exhale. Last time. Inhale up and stay at the top. Tipping over towards one side, just stretch your side body out. You can leave that arm extended, or you can put your forearm down on the ground. Coming back up to center, going over towards the other side, making sure both your hips are down on the ground. Good. Coming back up to center, just twist towards one direction, bringing your arm across your leg. Coming back up, and then twisting towards the other side. Good, coming back up to center, and then folding over your legs. Nice gentle forward fold here. You can rock side to side, warming up your lower back and your hips here. Then walking your hands back up to center, coming back into tabletop, and push back into downward facing dog. You can pedal out your feet here. You can move your hips from side to side. Really pressing your body back towards your thighs. If that feels hard, you can bend your knees, and that helps be able to push your body back. And then over time, you can start to straighten your legs out. Inhale up onto your tippy toes. Exhale your heels down. Good, inhale up. Exhale, lower down. Last time, inhale. And exhale your heels down. Looking forward towards your hands, start to walk your feet forward to a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen your spine. Exhale, forward fold, just hanging out here. You can grab on opposite elbows, shaking from side to side. Making sure you have a little bend in your knees. You can nod your head yes and no, always releasing the tension out of your spine and your neck. Then releasing that bind. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen your spine. Exhale, forward fold. On your next inhale, one vertebrae at a time, coming up to standing. Your head is the last thing to come up. Inhale your arms up. My head is cut off, but it's fine. Exhale your hands to heart center. Pausing here. Feeling your feet connected to the ground. Feeling your core pulled up and in. Rolling those shoulders back. Maybe just closing your eyes here. Feeling the difference in your body between now and when we started class just a few minutes ago. Thanking yourself for making this difference. Taking one more breath in here. Exhale it all out. Slowly start to open your eyes. Inhale your arms out and up. Exhale, forward fold. Good. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen. Exhale, stepping back to plank, holding here for a second. Again, spreading those fingertips wide and pulling your core in. That's kind of a common theme in class. Keep holding for 3, 2, 1. Releasing those knees down to the ground. And then with your elbows hugging your body, releasing your body down to the ground. Inhale up to baby cobra. Just your chest lifts up. You could lift your hands off the ground because no weight is in them. Exhale, lower down. Inhale up to cobra. So there's still a little bend in your elbows, but you're higher than baby cobra. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. If you're an upward facing dog, getting those thighs off the mat if you can. Exhale back to downward facing dog, pedaling out those feet again. Inhale your right leg out and up to three-legged dog. Stepping it forward in between your hands, coming down onto your back knee for low lunge. Making sure that front knee is directly over your front ankle. It can also be a little bit behind. Just make sure your knee isn't going over your ankle. Really rolling those shoulders back, broadening your collarbone so you feel more of a stretch in your hip flexor. And then exhale, pressing back to half splits, straightening your front leg and flexing your foot towards your face. You're going to inhale forward, low lunge. Exhale back, half splits. 2 more, inhale. And exhale. Back forward to that low lunge. Exhale back to half splits. Good, coming forward to low lunge, planting your left hand down and inhale your right arm up for a twist. Keep hugging that right thigh in towards your body. And then releasing your hand down, tucking your toes under, and we're going to step back to three-legged dog. So that right leg goes up towards the ceiling. And then releasing it down to the ground. Going straight to the other side, inhale your left leg up. Step it forward in between your hands, coming down onto your back knee. Really broadening your collarbones again, making sure that back is as flat as you can make it. You can kind of move around here, feeling where you feel more of a stretch in your hip flexor. And then exhale back to half splits, straightening your front leg as much as you can. Good. Inhale forward, low lunge. Exhale back, half splits. 2 more times. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Inhale forward, low lunge. Exhale back, half splits. Coming forward to that low lunge, planting your right hand down and inhale your left arm up this time. Keep hugging that left thigh in towards your body. And releasing that hand back down to the ground, tucking your toes under, pushing that left leg up to three-legged dog, then releasing that leg down. Inhale up onto your tippy toes. Exhale your heels down. Good, coming down to tabletop when you're ready. We're gonna do a little bit of a butt workout here. So keep pulling that core in, and you can have your hands just flat on the ground, or you can come up to like gorilla fist. Sometimes that's more comfortable on your wrists, and you can also come down onto your forearms like this. And you can switch between those, whatever is most comfortable. First, we're just going to extend that right leg out. We're going to tap our toe down to the ground, and we're going to lift it up. Good. Try to just move your leg. Of course, your back has to move a little bit, but try not to let it like completely arch to get that leg up. Just a few more of these. Taking nice, slow, controlled movements here. Then we're going to hold at the top and pulse that leg higher. Keep pressing into your pointer finger and your thumb if your hands are flat on the ground. And then bend that knee. We're going to keep pulsing up. Looking down towards the front edge of your mat so your neck isn't strained here. Then releasing that knee down to meet your other knee. We're going to open it up into a fire hydrant, release it back down, kick it back for a donkey kick, and then bring it back. So we're doing fire hydrant, donkey kick. Really focusing on that mind-muscle connection here. That's really just thinking about the muscle you want to work, and then that muscle will work harder. We're going to take 3 more of these. Last one. Releasing that leg back down. We're just going to go to the other side, but before we do that, we can stretch our wrists out a little bit. So just come back onto your feet, put the backs of your hands together. You can just shake them back and forth a little bit, taking some wrist circles maybe, shaking your hands out, and then coming back to tabletop for the other side, remembering any of those wrist variations, making your wrists comfortable. Extending that left leg back, tapping your toe down, and then inhale it up. Good. So how I just said that like mind-muscle connection, you should be focusing on pulling your lower abs in, and then also like where your hamstring connects to your butt, focus on that muscle to lift your leg up. Let's keep going for 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one, keep it up and pulse. You guys are doing great. And then bend your knee and keep pulsing. You guys got it. They shortened classes to 45 minutes when they used to be an hour. So you guys definitely got it now since you used to do even more. Good, keep going for 3, 2, 1. Releasing that leg down. Opening your knee out to a fire hydrant. Bringing it back down. Kicking it back for a donkey kick. Good, so your leg stays at like a 90-degree angle the whole time. You're just lifting it out to the side and then to the back. Another thing you should concentrate on feeling kind of is your obliques engaging when you lift that leg to the side. So like your side abs helping you lift that leg up as high as you can. Let's take 3 more of these. Last 2. And last 1. Good, releasing your legs down, coming back onto your feet again. We can stretch out our wrists a little bit again. Just pulling back on your fingers towards your face with your arm extended. Then do the other side. We're going to do a few quick arm exercises here. You can either sit like this or cross-legged or literally however you want. It doesn't really matter. You're going to extend your arms out to the sides, and then you're going to cross them over, out to the sides again, and cross them over the other way. And you're going to go kind of fast, really engaging your arms. These are just called crossovers. Never would have guessed that. Keep breathing here. Good, we're going to go into C shapes, so just drawing some C's in the air, really turning your pinkies under, so you're engaging your triceps more at the bottom. Making sure your C's stay between your shoulders and your hips. Your mind-muscle connection is especially important here because since we do all of our exercises without weights in this class, like focusing on what muscles are working is what really makes the exercises harder. Let's do 2 more. That last one. Now you're going to imagine you're like holding a beach ball and you're going to press either your fists together or your hands together, and then you're just going to push in. You push in, release, push in, release. It like works this muscle right here. Let's do this for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good, releasing your arms down. We're gonna do one last little arm exercise here. You're just gonna press your arms back, really engaging that tricep, and then release it back down to about where your hips are. And then going back and back to your hips. Good, when you get to the top, really pressing your hands back, making sure your shoulders are rolled back the whole time. I like to look like forward and down a little bit. I feel like that places the least strain on my neck. Good, releasing that. We're going to stretch out our arms. So just bringing your right arm across your body, making sure you're not pressing on your elbow. You can be above or below your elbow. Then stretching out that tricep. And then switching sides, bringing your left arm across. Try to bring that shoulder down. It intensifies the stretch. Then stretching out that tricep here. Good, releasing that and then coming down onto your side. We're going to do a little leg work here. So you can bend your knees and then just extend that top leg out. We're going to lift it up and lower it down to a hover, but don't touch it down. Good. Inhale and exhale. We're just doing a few little leg exercises. Then we just have a few ab exercises, then some stretches, and then we're done. So basically you're done. Keep going. Last two. Last one. Good. Now bend both your knees together, and then you're going to lift up that top leg, keeping it bent exactly how it is. So it's like a clamshell, except your entire leg is lifting instead of just your knee lifting. Again, really feeling those obliques engage, as well as your outer hip and your outer thigh. You might feel this on your inner thigh as well, and that's great. Let's do one more. And then stepping that foot in front of us, you can hold onto that foot if you want. Extend your bottom leg out, then lift it up, lower to a hover. Good, lift it up and lower. Really isolating your inner thigh here. Stay at the top, pulsing higher here. Completely relaxing your upper body. You can even lie down on your arm. I like to do that sometimes. Keep going for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Releasing that leg down. We're just going to switch sides. Good, so bending your knees, extending that top leg out, lift it up, lower to a hover. Good, keep going like that. Making sure you keep breathing. Good, last 3, last 2, and last 1. Releasing that knee so both of them are bent. And then just lift your top leg up exactly how it is to clamshells. Let's take 2 more of those. Last one. And then bring that foot in front of you. I like to hold on to it. You don't have to though. Extending that bottom leg out really nice and strong. Lift it up, lower down to a hover. Good. The muscles that are working here are your inner thigh muscle and your abs, of course. Keep lifting for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold at the top and pulse higher. Keep pulsing for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Releasing that leg down. We're going to sit up and give our legs a nice stretch here. So just bring your legs wide on your mat, sitting up nice and tall. First, just pausing here. If you feel the stretch here, don't go any further. But if you would like to, you can lengthen your spine and walk your hands forward. Making sure that your feet are flexed and also pointing back. So make sure they're not like caving in because that's bad for your knees. You want to be flexing them back. And then bringing that right forearm inside of your right thigh, extending your left arm up to the sky. Stretching your inner thigh and your side body here. Then coming to the other side, so your left forearm is inside of your left thigh, your right arm is going up towards the ceiling, really rolling your shoulders open here. Coming back up to center, bring your legs together, sitting up nice and tall, then coming into a forward fold. You can also bring your hands right next to your legs and work on lengthening your spine, or you can grab onto your feet. Don't make your spine super round here, but you can kind of round down towards your legs a little bit. Taking one more breath in here. Exhale, fold a little tiny bit deeper. And coming back up to center, coming into a long butterfly. So you have a diamond in between your legs. Your feet are probably a little further than you would normally make them. Inhale, lengthen your spine. And exhale, round your head down towards your feet. They don't have to come close to your feet. That's just the direction that you want to go. This stretches more of your outer hips, whereas bringing your legs close to you, which we'll do next, stretches more of your inner thighs. Coming back up to center, then bringing your feet close in towards you, sitting up nice and tall, either staying here or forward fold. Good, walking back up to center and just crossing your legs, clasping your hands behind your back and rolling your shoulder blades together. Stretching out your collarbones and your shoulders. And then switch how your fingers are interlaced so the opposite thumb is on top. Making sure our collarbones are stretched evenly. And then releasing that. Coming like the long way on your mat if you aren't there already. Making sure you have enough room to lie down. Put your arms to your sides and then slowly one vertebrae at a time, lying down on your mat. We're going to come into a Pilates tabletop. So bringing your legs to like a 90-degree angle, your shins are parallel to the ceiling. Tapping that right toe out and down, bringing it back up, and then tapping that left toe out and down. Good, really engaging your lower abs here. You can kind of put your hand on your stomach to feel that engagement, making sure that your back is connected or almost connected to the ground. So we're protecting our lower back. Let's take one more on each side. Then coming back up, just bring your arms over your head and your legs, I guess not over your head, like straight up towards the ceiling, and your legs stay exactly where they are. And then you're going to release your opposite arm and your opposite leg out, coming back up to center, and do the other side. Good, these are reclined bird dogs. Making sure your lower back stays with that connection to the ground when you extend that leg out. so you're not arching your back. Let's take one more on each side. And then releasing your feet down to the ground. We're going to do knee touch crunches. So we're just going to touch our knees, and then go back down. We're only doing 10. So crunch up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, releasing down, bringing your knees over towards the left. We're going to do some side crunches here. So bring your hands behind your neck, making sure you have like an orange in between your chin and your chest so you're not crunching your neck in. And then we're just going to lift up, really engaging those obliques, and lower down. Good, lifting up and lower. Going nice and slow here. Let's take 2 more of these. And then coming back up to center and going towards the other side so your knees are towards the right. Just crunching up, making sure your chin and your chest have some space in between them. Then lower down. Good, crunching up and lower. Nice, very slow crunches with controlled movement. We're going to do 3 more here. Last one. Releasing down. One last ab exercise on both sides. We're going to extend that right leg up towards the ceiling, then releasing it down to the ground to a hover. Inhale it up until you feel that stretch in your hamstring, and then lower it back down to a hover. Good. Keep going like that, nice, slow, and controlled. When your leg is lowering down, imagine it's like moving through water. So you're not letting the momentum bring it down. You're really using your muscles to control the lowering. This is also really good for strengthening your hip flexor. Last one. Put that foot back down on the ground and switch sides. That left leg goes up and lower down. Making sure your shoulders are relaxed and going down towards the ground. Let's take 3 more here. Last 2. And last one. Releasing that leg down. Good, and now crossing your right ankle over your left thigh. Just reaching through, grabbing onto your left leg. You can rock side to side. Coming into reclined pigeon here. Making sure your right foot, the one that's crossed over, is very flexed to protect your knee joint. And then releasing that and switching sides. So your left foot crosses over your right thigh. Reach through, grab onto your right leg. Rocking side to side here. Again, flexing that left foot this time. And then hugging both knees into your chest. Bring your hands onto your knees and then make your knees go in little circles. This is really good for your lower back. And switch directions of your circles. Good. Now bringing your arms out to a T or cactus arms if you don't have that much space. And then bringing your knees over towards the left for a twist, looking towards the right. When you're doing twists, you should always go towards the left first because that's better for your digestion. Then coming back up to center, bring those knees over towards the right, looking towards the left. Coming back up to center, extending that right leg up towards the sky, and that left leg goes long on your mat. You can hold your right leg behind your thigh, behind your calf, or if you want, you can grab onto your foot and just pull that leg close in towards you, stretching out the entire back of your leg. Releasing that leg down and switching sides, that left leg comes up towards you. Your right leg is long. Bringing both your knees into your chest, coming into happy baby, grabbing onto outside edges of your feet, making sure your tailbone and your shoulders are trying to get towards the ground. Bringing your feet down to the mat, coming into Reclined Butterfly with your feet together and your knees wide. And then when you're ready, start to extend your arms and your legs out on your mat, knowing that all your hard work is done and all you have to do here is relax in Shavasana. Slowly start to deepen your breath. You're welcome to stay in a longer Shavasana, but if you would like to end class with me, you can start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Stretching your arms over your head for one final full body stretch. Hugging your knees into your chest and rocking side to side. Thanking yourself for making this time for your mind and your body today. Rolling over onto your right side. When you're ready, pressing yourself up to a comfortable seat with your hands at heart center and your eyes closed. Thank you so much for coming and practicing with me today. The light in my heart honors and cherishes the light inside of each and every one of yours. Namaste. Thank you guys so much for coming to the first Yogalates class of this semester. I hope you guys liked it. And I'm going to stop the recording. And if anyone has any questions or you just want to talk, I'd love to talk to you.